So we're kind of ready now to move on to the next step. This is going to be me putting the starter on there. I've got a dipstick. I probably want to check, convince myself that there really is oil in the oil pan. I want there to be, and if it's this engine hasn't been set out in the rain. It was in the garage where I bought it, and I put it in the back of my truck and brought it straight home, put it right in my garage. So it hasn't been outside, so it should be okay. Now I've got some loose. No, are they loose? They look like they're loose, but I don't think they are. First, I got some loose head bolts, but I think I missed seeing that. I think I got my glasses on. It's the head bolts. The head hadn't been taken off, and I ought to be able to do a. Yeah, see, that one looks loose. Somebody might have loosened the head bolts on this. I might want to torque them down before I do a compression check, just to make sure. There's no point in doing a compression check if it's just going to blow out. Right, so what I'm going to do right now is clean up my tools, maybe clean up myself a little bit, consider where I'm at, and then see what time it is, see where the sun's at. Usually I can tell if the sun is back there. Is it getting on 4 o'clock yet? No, it's still early. Sun's about in the middle of the sky, so it might only be about noon. Anyway, I'll put a few things away, go take a think or two about this, and then come back. Thanks for hanging with me. Love y'all. See you later. Bye. You know, I got my old Motors manual. In fact, I've got a set of Motors manuals that go all the way through the 60s and the 70s. And I got that one out, and it was 61, which means 61 back. Probably to 48 or something like that. And it occurred to me that I can ask my phone for the, what do you torque the heads to on a 1965 283 Chevy engine. So let's just try that, because I don't even know where my manuals are. I'm thinking they're out there in the other shop. I don't think they're in here. So let's just do this. What do you torque the heads to on a 1965 Chevy 283 engine?
Here's what I found.
60 foot-pounds minimum. Maximum is 70 foot-pounds. This is the same thing that other thing said, 60 to 70 pounds. So, first I'm just gonna get my torque. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my torque wrench, because I think most of these bolts haven't been loosened. I may be wrong. But I'm gonna go get me a tool. I might need me some a magnifying glass to see this. Okay, I can do that with my phone. So it looked like these two were loosened. I may have done that. I may have come to this thinking I'm going to pop these heads off, and then change my mind after taking a couple of them loose. Decided to wait. I don't know. I seem to have a little memory of that. What I'm going to do is, that's awesome. What I'm going to do is start from the center. I'm just going to go on all of them, just to set the torque, just to see where the torque is. That one's not tight at all. Now I've got 2 bolts over here that are 11/16, the rest are 5/8. That's just weird. But those could be like 327 bolts that somebody put in a 283 head, I'm guessing. It's here. Most of these are tight on this side. I I might have loosened the bolts on that side over there. I can't accurately remember, but I kind of have a little bit of a memory of possibly doing that, and then deciding not to take them off. At any rate, I should be able to get, it should be enough to get a compression check. I've also got one loose rocker arm over here. May have also loosened that. See, that's another one, different sized bolt. Kind of makes me think this engine ain't no virgin, you know. It could be a good thing. I think there's a combination for adjusting these valves. Since I got this one loose, it seems like it might be that you turn it down till it snugs and then give it 5 turns, and then from there, once it's running, you adjust the Chevrolet valves running. I'll look that up right quick. Okay, so basically you adjust that by putting the engine in number 1 for number 1 cylinders up. That's not number 1 cylinder though, that's there's not a rod in that either. Did I take a rod out of that? Let's see what we can find for a rod. So that's also going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be a 5/8, but it might not be. I don't know if that's dirt in that hole or if that's something broke off in that hole. That could I could change my direction of flow here. Sure could. We got a bolt broke off the end of the crankshaft. What do we got there? Oh no, that's just dirt. That's grime and dirt. Maybe where someone tried to drill out and broke off the bolt. Kind of looks like that. That's going to be a problem. Huh. Well, that might move me to a different direction there. I'll consider that. I'll go in the house and get a flashlight so I can climb over in there and look at those other engines I got. So I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, but I don't think I would believe it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. But there's a light here. I'll flip you all around so I can see what you're looking at. This is the hole where the bolt that holds on the goes in the end of the crankshaft. You're looking right down in the hole right now. If I get the light right, you can see that there is
Well, there should be a bolt sticking out of that with a big fat washer on the end. There's no bolt, and there's a hole in there. It looks like someone has drilled, like as if someone broke the bolt off that would have been on the outside of this. This was the old style harmonic balancer right here. It's got a timing mark on it somewhere. Now, keeping in mind that, okay, I got 165, 283 with a broke off bolt. So, is what it is. Now, I have another 65, 283 engine sitting right over here. And just for comparison, I came to look in the end of it. I'm going to have to get down here carefully so I don't break a leg or something. It's kind of a precarious spot. But, now I want you to look right down into the end of that one. What do you see? Well, you don't see a bolt. It almost looks exactly like the other one, like someone maybe broke a bolt off in there and then tried to drill that, which is problematic. Now over here we've got a 350 engine, and I'll show you what I think that should look like. Losing a limb. Let's try it. At this age, at my age, you almost need a engine lift to pick yourself up with. But, so here's that 350, which is actually probably the best engine anyway. I got cord tangled in there. See, we'll look into the end of it. Now this is that same shaft here. But if you look into the end of that, you can see there's room, there's threads where a bolt can go. On these other two, there's no threads. So, what I think has happened on both of these, somebody broke the bolt that goes into the crankshaft off. And they're going to need to be re-drilled out. And they're also going to need to be re-drilled out the right way. I mean, if that ain't exactly centered, it's going to be a problem. Now, I could try going back over to this one. The guy I bought this one from said it was running when he took it out. It could have been, but if it was, it might have been. It's hard to imagine it was running with. It could have been running with that not bolted on, I suppose. But not a very encouraging looking thing. But what I could try doing is, I suppose I could spend half a day with a reverse drill bit. Because if there is a bolt broke off in there, if I put a reverse drill bit on it and I can get enough leverage for it to start turning and unscrew itself, that could be the fix I need. And I've got some reverse bits, so I might try that just to see what happens. I have had good luck using reverse drill bits before, so I might just give it a try. Because if both of them are damaged up where it's going to take a lot to repair the end of a crankshaft or something, I may just bring that 350 over here. I've got a set of camel hump heads, and one of them is damaged. And I've got 2 or 3 sets of power pack heads. Somebody, I read somewhere that somebody said don't put power pack heads on like a 350 horse 350 because the valves aren't very big, and although it's very fast on takeoff, you don't get the top end out of it. And I'm thinking, well, if I was going to run an engine in the rat rod, top end isn't much of an issue. I mean, with that 5-speed transmission and the rear end gears I've got, I can run down the road 90 miles an hour and that thing's hardly even turning a couple thousand RPMs. And having it be really fast and torquey and quick on takeoff could be a lot of fun for rubber burning potential. So, what I could very easily do is take that 350 over there. That's a 350 horse, 350 engine, and just plop, get me a set of these power pack heads that are good, and put them on it and run it that way. Yeah, good. So before I go into that, because it would be kind of fun just for old schoolness. That ain't what I'm looking for. Vintageness. That ain't what I'm looking for. Traditional. To have a traditional old 60s engine, it would be fun to run this 265. But it wouldn't be so much fun that I want to have to spend a lot of money getting in front of that crankshaft rework. So let me